clarity, yeah. Determination, laser focus, banging on they door, they taking notice.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Check. Watch the eye.
Lucky 50.
Mike 52. You better be afraid of me.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Gun. First.
On 3rd down, Cousins into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They run it here with Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. There's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yellow.
45.
Gun.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Cousins. He finds McKinnon complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go, 48. Good route kick.
Check 24.
Hey, orbit.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Check 50.
Hey, 382, there's 50. Where's the hard?
To the air again, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check the out. Check the out.
Gun.
He's mine. He's mine. He's mine.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's go.
Hey, wahoo. All right, I'm hot.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Wide. Bravo.
45 is Mike. 45. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Gun.
Alert 3. Alert 3.
Black.
Deuce.
Again, it's Cousins. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Albert Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Gordon on 1st down. Nifty move by Gordon. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, they'll come.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Check it back. Check it.
Rhino!
Check.
Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. What a season he continues to have defensively. Now a dozen interceptions this year, Charles.
And let's face it, we watch a lot of ball. But when you get 12 in 1 year, that's better than most careers, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you might be asking for a bump in pay, too.
No doubt about it. Running right in there and talking to the team.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Sponge. No.
Here's Gordon. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, we're good.
To throw it is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, Steamer.
It's just me and you.
Lucky 48. Shit.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's the former Dolphin All-Pro Olivier Vernon, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And this defense not giving him anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Cousins now. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Parker unable to get that one. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Get him. Gun.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
You know, he's easy. Hey, Echo.
45, Mike, 45.
One touch.
All day. Quick the edge.
Come.
Check safety.
Hey, flip him. One touch.
To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Great.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play in the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. 15 yards on the play, first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or, even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down. Newton, he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Try to lay one up deep. It got his man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. Ringo. 3 down.
Lean it, Ringo, 48.
Check 40.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, it's Newton. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for two. Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
That's what I do. You go tight. You got tight.
Get a flag.
Check. Crunch.
Hey, Ken.
Big ass.
Gun. Hey. High 7.
Now Cousins. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Man up, D. 45.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Listen to me.
Cousins again. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And now here is another interception. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he'll actually wind up losing about 10 yards here, but no matter, they've got the football back. He was looking for Landry that time. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check three.
Newton now to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it, and he goes out right around the 39. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7.
Throwing again on second down. Newton sets up the screen to Gordon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
43-yard line.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. Room here to run. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Newton. Open man is Ross, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, baby. Keep it rolling.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. Extra point put through by Boswell as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Watch the run. They're running it.
That's rock now.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You can see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Let's go! At their own 31-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, it's Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Landry, the intended target. They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Ready? Ready? Jim.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put